blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the love and support. You're dropping comments where you're saying you're resonating, and it gives you a deeper understanding of who you truly are and what you're here for. Is truly a blessing. So allow your love and knowledge to help uplift you, as well as your healing, and pass that on to others that are in need as well. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very enlightening, or inspirational, informative, or just give you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath, or going through, hard times, and needs spiritual guidance, or just needs confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes. Please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. And thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And today the background music I'm listening to is 1 Hour Awakening Your Third Eye. I was wondering why my third eye just started having pressure on it. It says heaven is in your mind, stimulation and meditation. So if you feel like pressure coming from right around here while you're listening to it in the background, I try not to have it too loud, so it overdraws, it drowns out my message, but I like to have it in the background so you can give a positive message and stimulating your frequency. So, we all need that. And today, oh yeah, before I get started, this is my daughter's book. It's called, I'm putting all her information at the bottom. It's called Mind of Millennial. It's very beautiful. She drew this on the front. My daughter's very talented. They have, she was just asking to see if people can stop by her, her link of her website, where you can either, you can buy her book. I think it's either between $25 or $30. It has like the paintings, the poems, different things, the pictures. People that are photographers as well as painters, artists, or whatever you want to call it. They're in there as well, and it's very good. It's a very beautiful book. And just if you do decide to do anything, on her website, she's asking for donations, or you can either buy, but just let her know that I sent you by there. It'll greatly be appreciated. I told her I would help her out. Yeah, but the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyoka's helping someone with their trauma allows you to heal from your pain. And it's so true. I was like in my way from the kitchen to the living room, and the TV was on. And Tyler Perry and I think Gail King, that's her name, were having an interview, and he was talking about his son. And it really got him in his emotions. You know what I'm saying? I guess it was something, he was saying something to the nanny, and he came in there, but he had to really compose himself because he felt his emotions coming up. And his son was like really like shaking and stuff like that, and he said something, but it allowed him, when he was getting choked up when he was talking about it, allowed him to see that, he kept on saying and telling his son, he's handsome, you're important, you matter, don't allow, people's, ignorance to get to you like that. It's like, Daddy, I can't help it, and he almost started crying. He was trying to calm him down. And he had realized to himself, nobody really talked to him like that when he was younger, and it really choked him up. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to cry. Because I understand that, it was with me being growing up. I mean, I heard it when I was really, really young, but it was just like, it was so much like my mom wasn't able to really show emotion because she wasn't shown that. My mom would kiss me and hug me or whatever. But when I got to a certain age, that stopped. It was like, my mom was already starting to go setting in her depression from what, her husband did to her. And, he really put my mom through a lot. But, my mom had her ways of doing things too. So I just don't want to blame him. But he did have a lot. He played that key part on trying to press her buttons, because I was just like, you know, it made me look at my mom a different way. It made me lose respect for her. But then when I noticed that when I grew up, he, you know, my mom was no longer in the living, he was doing that to me as well. So, you know, it was things that, you know, I had to really be open with my kids now. Cause like I told y'all, my children are almost grown. Well, my two oldest ones are grown, but I got a, you know, a daughter that still stays with me. And I try to, you know, allow myself to speak to them in a certain kind of way. You know, it was like I was growing up, I was somewhat narcissistic as well, you know, because that's all I knew. You know, people were like, how come you're not compassionate with your kids, you know, when they got older? I never received that. And it was kind of hard for me because I thought it was natural. You know, it was something that, you know, I faulted at. You know, I used to hate myself for that because I really thought there was something wrong with me. But, you know, I said I had to be able to break that cycle. You know, when you're healing, you know, you're trying to find answers towards your way of healing through things, because a lot of times it can be easy to get over one thing, but you're really, you know, are really, you know, having an issue with certain things that you dealt with. Like before, it took me a lot for me not to, you know, be angry about my situation. It took me a lot to have to go through that, damn near 4 years, you know, but I'm proud of what I've overcome. I'm proud for what it had me acknowledge of what was in me that was laying dormant. You know, you can go through so much abuse as a child, you know, it will make you feel like it's natural. And a lot of times when we have gone through dark situations as in children, we tend to pass that on to our children. And it's like, you know, I have issues with certain things in my children. I said, when I get to that point that I can get my blessings, I'm putting all of us in therapy, because I, you know, I really want my children to be able to maintain being able to know how to deal with stress, because there are a lot of things that they, you know, they're, you know, there's certain ones, all of them got their little certain triggers. One got an attitude, know everything. One is just stressed out all a lot, all the time. And then I got one that, you know, she just keeps her things to herself, which is none of those ways are healthy. You know, and I told my daughter the other day, you have to have a healthy way of dealing with stress. And I have to tell myself that too. It's just like when I get stressed out, I break out really bad. Like my skin has never been this bad. Um, you know, I used to be sensitive to a lot of things, but I noticed since I've been going through this, I know it's like, I know when Victor Otto was talking about it, was like emotional awakening where you break out in hives, you know. And I read one time somebody had said something that knew my dad on that level and said my dad used to, you know, stress out and just break out really bad on his back to the point where he's just steady scratching at it. My back is like the same way, but it's starting to come towards my arms. And, you know, anybody who's been with me for a while, like during, it was like last year, you know, upcoming this year. I mean, I broke out with like purple bumps all over my legs. I was going through really bad ascension and, you know, a lot of stress that I was dealing with. You know, I was still dealing with a lot of, you know, demons in my life, you know. So it allowed me to be able to, you know, change my way of looking at things. You know, it's like not every day is going to be perfect, but it's a lot of times when you're looking for answers, you tend to connect with people that'll end up showing you the way. You know, you can meditate and you can pray or whatever, you with yourself, and, you know, the angels are listening, and you're just like, I need a sign. You know, I need a, you know, need something to help me understand, because I'm tired of being in certain situations. I'm tired of feeling this way, or I'm tired of certain things coming back at me. Because, you know, a lot of times we can be hard-headed. You know, we know what we need to do, but a lot of times we, you know, we want to be mad, we want to be angry, we want to point the finger, we want somebody to be blamed, or we want somebody, you know, we want people to get a payback for what they put on us, you know. And it's like we miss out on the bigger picture when we go through really stressful things. You know, I used to be angry and want that justice. And it's just like, if you're focused on that, you're going to miss out on a lot of blessings, a lot of things that you can heal from, a lot of ways you can get a big growth in what you're dealing with, or, you know, help you understand, because there's so many people that I've connected with that are like-minded like me, that are dealing with certain things. You know, in my early stages, I kept on attracting people that was very vengeful, that, you know, they've been through things and they were ready to get back. And I'm just like, you can't do that. But then I was looking at my situation and I said, you can't tell them something and you do something else. And it was just like, you know, I had to thank the universe for allowing me to see that's stuff that I was still dealing with. Because if I brought up,
my family, is like, now if I bring it up, I say, I'm glad I went through that because it allowed me to see the warrior within myself. I had to take my power back. I had to get that closure, even though I don't have all the answers and why certain things had to happen the way they did, but I feel like eventually, when I keep working on myself, I keep doing what I need to do, eventually that answer will come to me. It's like certain situations you have to just close the door on that, and it can be very painful, but it's just like, what's worse? You walking around and dealing with something over and over again this past time for you to walk away from, while you're missing out all the good things that the world is trying to offer you, or or just walking away. You need to just be able to walk away and just allow yourself to heal from whatever it is. Yes, it's a hurtful situation for things to be placed on your life, and you're trying to understand why the universe and God allow certain things to happen in your life, and do they see what these people have done? There's still things that you're probably dealing with that people are still doing to you. And I noticed, like, with situations with me, it's like, even with my jobs, it never fails. Like, if somebody has went out their way to try to hurt me, I've had jobs where they said little sexual things about certain things with my dad, just to try to trigger me off, because somebody told them last time, somebody said something about my dad. I went ape shit on somebody and went to fighting. So they tried to try me that way. And I'm just like, why would you put yourself? I hope your insurance is paid up. Why would you do that? And then I'll get more mad because the person that went off and went back and told them, I said, why would you want to put their life in danger like that? You know what I'm capable of doing. You know where my anger can really go to. You see that. And it was just like, I had to walk away, and I quit my job. I said, before I put my hands on you and I end up having to get some bail money, I would rather quit this job. You're not gonna take me out my character. I let one person do that. And I said, I will not, and I really felt bad for that person after the repercussions, even though I knew they had it coming. I said, I'm not gonna allow somebody. I'll walk off of a job before I allow you to put me in a certain situation that's going to be detrimental to your life, as well as having me held responsible and being locked up for it. I'm not gonna do it. And it's just like, somebody will come back for me from that old job and say, Roslynn, did you hear? They got fired from that job. They couldn't get, said they were messing with my money, and all of a sudden they got fired and had to pay all that money back, or their money ended up getting messed with. I was like, well, damn. And and it's amazing how certain things, when people have done stuff to you at jobs, it will come back to you. Had a close friend of mine who helped me get a job. She was a friend of mine. I thought she was a friend of mine at that time. And when she seen that, my personality brings me that attention, I'm like, I'm not looking for attention. I'm nice with everybody. I just have my way of dealing with folks. And she didn't like that. She was an older woman, and her ways was, I ain't gonna even get into her ways was doing it. I'm just not gonna disrespect myself on doing stuff like that. But she had got me fired from my job. Well, it's like my actions and my mouth, but she put me in certain places where, if I didn't want to deal with her, she would turn everybody else against me. And the boss was like, don't talk to Roslynn. She was that nutcase, or she was that. And I'm just like, well, you would use certain situations that I told you that you were there for, because me and her were supposed to been tight at that time. She seen me go through a lot of situations. I'll try to commit suicide. She went back and told him all about that, all about the dark things. She used it against me. And I cried for a while. I was like, I treated this woman as my sister. I had no problem with breaking bread with her. If you needed my shirt, I said, shirt off my back, I said, okay, just let me keep my undergarments, you can use the shirt. But she would do that to me just because she felt like I was a better person than her. I said, that's how you're making yourself look. And I didn't make you feel that way, but I ain't gonna allow you to keep doing that. The type of person, I can't stand folks that throw a rock and hide the hand, and then somebody getting ready to lay hands on you, try to play victim. Her and my stepmom was good for that. And I'm like, don't think, ass whooping ain't got no age limit on it. Don't get it twisted. But then next thing somebody came back and told me, hey, they fired her from their jobs. They went on break, at a certain time, and they never called her back. I was like, well, I hope she was able to get her situation fixed, and I really don't wish any bad things on her. If I was to see her this day, I'll still say hey and keep it moving. I seen her, and she was like, oh, I heard about this and this and that about you. And I was like, oh, and be amazed who you heard that from. When it came to my situation, it's like, oh, I missed you. I said, oh, I bet you do. And it was just certain things I would tell her like, the visions I would have. And, I was just like, where is this coming from? Because I remember I told her I would envision this big mansion, and then it had a pathway to another guest house. And I used to say all the time, like, I would get really dizzy, and it was like somebody was showing me that. Or I'll hear Autobahn Road, and I'm like, I'm thinking about in Germany. I'm like, why? I wasn't even old enough to be driving on Autobahn Road. What do I need to do about that? I didn't understand that at the time. And and there was a sickness that occurred, and it was a year before my dad died. And then all of a sudden, when I talked to him, I didn't know I was talking to him. He was like, "Yeah, I was sick, like in February, last February," and I was just like, nah, this, I was just really stupefied, but didn't know that my dad lived on Audubon Road. If you see, where he stays at, he has a big compound, and then you see a pathway, and it has a little thing right there. It's like, I guess, the studio or whatever. And didn't realize that was the things that I was feeling. So it was just like so many things that I've healed from. There's so many things that I've asked questions about, or wondering what things do I need to enhance, or what things that I need to change, because everybody that you're connecting with is allowing you to, either they're teaching you stuff, they're adding more things to your journey, allowing you to see a lot of things that you weren't able to see before you interacted with them, or it's allowing you to see the things that you might can relate to that they're doing, that you're seeing it from an outside view. And it'll be, oh, maybe I need to start doing that too. It's not like you're being copycat, but if they're allowing, it's like, hey, they're giving you advice, you need to do this, that, and the third, and you're adding that towards yourself, and that's building up your rapport, whatever you want to call it, higher than what it was. Or is there a question you really feel like your situation is putting you in a standstill, or you feel stagnant? They'll allow you to connect with people that might be toying with the same thing, and then you'll send them advice, and then next thing you know, that's allowing you to get that key that you needed to heal on your situation. Because you never know, it's just when you're helping other people with their trauma, that's allowing you to help you heal yourself from your pain. And it's just like you killing two birds with one stone. And that's a blessing to be able to do. And there's so many people I've connected that way. There's so many people that are like-minded, that I'm not attracting the negative so much. If it is, it's like in a comment, it's a come and go. I can feel now when people, I used to be that, where I always try to find the good in everybody, and didn't realize I was setting myself up a lot of times to messing my own situation up, because I'm trying so hard to find the good in everybody. But there was a lot of signs, there was red flags that was showing me, hey, this person ain't right for you. They're trying to be competitive, or this person, they found out who you're related to and try to befriend you, and then so they want to block you. I've dealt with a lot of people that way. And it's been a blessing. I don't wish anything bad on those people. I mean, back before I held a grudge, and it's like, I'm not placing my energy in that no more. Even with my situation with my family, with my mom's ex-husband and his family, I don't wish anything bad on them, but I hope they can heal, because I can't guarantee you might do that to somebody else, and that might cost you your life, because there's so many things that's out here where I can feel like I'm so blessed, because the direction and the path I took could have been very harmful to me, and as well as other people coming along to me. But I chose not to go that way. I chose not to be that person. I allowed myself to heal in so many different ways. And, there's certain things I'm still healing from. But when you truly want some things in your life to happen for you that can benefit you on so many levels, you're going to take that time out to figure out the things that you truly need to heal from. If anything, and universe will test you about certain things. They will allow certain things to come in your path that can kind of relate to the things you might be struggling to heal with. And you can, you're like, oh, okay, I'm healed, I'm good. And then they'll like, oh, okay, we'll see. Well, they'll bring something or someone in your life that probably caused drama, wreaked havoc, really hurt you in a really bad way. Or it'll be something that you can relate to, either like with me, watching YouTube. There could be something that's on about either my dad or somebody who's telling a story about something they went through, and I can really relate to. And if it puts me in an upsetting mode, or it triggers me, that allows me to know, hey, you think you're healed, but there are certain things that are is still coming to the surface. Because I know I was watching something with a family reunion, and usually I'm an emotional person because I really want that. And then I was proud of myself. I just noticed, like, dude, I ain't even crying no more. I didn't even cry, even though I felt good. And I was just like, anytime I see somebody that, are reuniting with their family, that's always a beautiful thing. That will set off emotions, even if you didn't go through that. If you have any ounce of empathy, that will trigger you to cry, because you can feel that energy from that family being reconnected like that, and that's a beautiful thing. So, I allow myself, if you're dealing with anything in your life that you really truly want to know what can help you, or what can add to it, I guarantee you, when you're asking the universe for that, that, like I said, there's not a coincidence that you stumbled across my videos. They had me do so many. I'm almost working on close to 2,000 videos I've done, and I mean, that's a blessing, because I'm allowing myself as a Heyoka to sit up here and give my views, give my opinions, things that I've struggled with, things that might be coming our way that you might need to pay attention to as well. You're always telling me, I used to always wonder, what was my purpose? Is this situation for me telling people about situations that I've been in? Is this going to help them, or is this making me look stupid? And then it's just like, now it's like, people have been, watching my videos for a while, but it took a big leap in the last like, yeah, almost close to 2 weeks. It took a big leap. I kept on feeling like things were changing for me in a good. And I was just like, okay, I'm the type of person, I got to see it to believe it at that time, and I had to be able to say, look, you need to stop doing that, because it's like, you can't be that person saying, I got to see it to believe it. Because a lot of things, they'll come to you as blessings you're not able to see. It could be something that you feel, or something that you getting ready to know. It's someone who's coming towards you that you love. You never know. If you allow, anything that you're toying with, I guarantee you, like I said in the last video, whatever situation, your weak points, they, universe and God will have a bad situation, a crazy situation, and I'm putting you in a situation that will enhance that, for everything to balance out. My situation, I didn't have confidence, I didn't have faith, I didn't have that self-love for myself. I didn't have patience. Now I'm in a situation where I have no other choice but to wait. Just keep doing what I'm doing, keep healing, keep growing, keep getting the knowledge, the wisdom, so I can place upon my videos. Having faith in myself, believe that better days are coming, being patient when you have no other choice but to wait. Be grateful for everything that's being taken and removed out of your life. So this allowing me to be able to heal on all levels. Not every day is going to be perfect, but you have to be able to find a blessing within that day. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of my video. I would love to say, give a post notification shout out to Tim Green, as well as Susan Rangarvi. I hope I pronounced your last name right. I apologize if I didn't. And drop a line. Let me know if you resonate. Welcome to the fam. I always tell people, and I forgot to tell y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to remember everything to tell y'all. If you are not comfortable with dropping comments there, you can always find me on Facebook Messenger. You don't have to have Facebook to have Facebook Messenger. I know a lot of people that keep in contact with me there that want to stay private, which I respect everybody's privacy. Anything we talk about is totally confidential, no judgment there. Or anything, I always tell people, no judgment or anything. If you need some advice, I try to get to you as best as possible, but I always tell people, just please respect my time. Now, if you're in the US, please don't come hit me up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You're married. I don't need no kind of drama coming from nobody's girlfriend or nobody's, wife, saying anything to me when I don't even know who you are. Please respect that. If it's somebody overseas, I do understand, because we got, different hours. I deal with people in Germany. I deal with people in Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, Jordanian, dealing with people all over the continent that I try to stay in contact with. So, if you're overseas and you text me at our time, because I'm in Pacific Standard Time, I'm trying my best to get back to you as soon as possible. So, make sure you send out much love and light and prosperity towards other people. You never know, your kind words and vibes can really take somebody a long way. And know that you're blessed and highly favored and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. I'm hoping and praying that everything you're aiming for comes for you and on time, 10 times fold. And you're healing beyond all measures that you deeply deserve.
and you head towards places that you know you haven't explored yet. So I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.